Hey, welcome back to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris. Joining me today from Southern Queensland is Julian Moore. Julian's the Chief AI Officer at Strategic Membership Solutions. And we're going to be chatting about the impact of AI on non-profit organisations. Hi, Julian. Welcome to AI in 5. Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I'm truly excited to be here.
Look, we're going to jump right in. You specialize in AI around the not-for-profit sector, so associations, things like that. What are you seeing out there? Is there a hunger for AI? Well, where are they hungry for it? What's going on?
So initially we had the early adopters and they were ravenous, I think, more than hungry. They absolutely dived in, and we saw lots of chatbots, lots of website chatbots, a few custom GPTs floating around, that type of thing. And then from there, it's really leveled off now. So there are 700,000 nonprofits in Australia. And with that, there's about 70 to 80,000 that turn over in excess of $2 or $3 million. So have full-time staff do these types of things.
Yep.
Of those 70,000, at least 60% are currently exploring AI and the efficiencies. It's basically around the efficiencies.
Yeah.
How can it write newsletters? How can it help with event planning? How can they interrogate the data they've already got, archives of data going back to 1800 of members, and no one's ever thought to map the trends. So there's some exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, wow. And who's like the leaders in this? Where are they pushing the boundaries? What are you really starting to see that's exciting and sexy?
Well, because the sector's made up of, if you think in associations and say just nursing, well, there's 162 associations for nursing.
Wow.
So they really have gone niche. So I would say the sectors that are really advancing the AI side of things tend to be the same as the sectors in the corporate area. So real estate, oh my word, New South Wales Real Estate Institute are in it. I mean, both feet. Okay. So they have a AI board member that has got all the history of the organization, understands the strategic plan, that any of the board members can chat to and just verbally ask questions, and it will give the answers based on all the content it's been fed. So they're doing really well. They also have AI apps now. They've got, AI selection tools. They're really in it to win it. And then I guess education's really, well, funny enough, one of my favorite ones was last week. A head of development in a very prestigious school contacted me and said, Julian, we saw one of the songs, the AI songs you made.
Right.
And we've made one for the school, and we give handouts to the kids. So at every assembly, they come up, they get and it's a pop song, or it's a rave song, or it's this type of thing. And the only question they wanted was, how do we remove this vocals so that it's the kids doing the singing? So we're seeing now a really clever, diverse, creative element coming through. It's huge fun.
Yeah, so it's not just about better, stronger, faster. It's also how can we be more creative, right?
The creative process has been supercharged. It's like it's on steroids now. So all the people that used to think, well, I would love to make music, but I can't play the piano or an instrument, so I'm not going to, now suddenly go, wow, actually I'm creative enough to do that. Or the video producers, the image producers, the book writers, the creativity's been an explosion.
Yeah, wow. And are you seeing any groups that are kind of lagging or a little slower to adopt? And is there a trait around that? Are they people with
Yeah.
lower risk tolerances or
Yeah, so we're seeing the retail space really push, and we're seeing the business to business space really push. Uh, Academics still believe it's coming for their jobs.
yep.
However, so we were working with the breast surgeons, and typically it's cancer
Hmm.
and identification of cancer on X-rays, when they could realize that AI can now read the X-rays 400% more accurate than a human. So essentially, many, many dots on an X-ray, the
Yep.
tiny dot that a human can't identify, an AI can. And
Yeah.
it's that early detection means a much higher survival rate for cancer. So
Mm.
surgeons and medical just needed evidence. Once they
Okay.
saw the evidence, off they went.
Off they went.
However, when you look at, say, a director of music in a university, oh my word, every objection there is comes up. Every single one,
Yeah.
it will never be as creative as a person because it doesn't have a soul, was thrown at me. Um, and you explain, well, I listen to Spotify and it chooses my music. And so I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure about that.
Yeah.
However, the and so you tend to find the creative sector and some parts of it have really pushed forward. Wow, I can do more. I can be more effective. Other parts have gone, well, no, it's the worst thing ever. And it's really all the same thing. It's
Wow.
concern that it's going to take their job rather than improve their job.
Improve. Look, we're right at time, but I love to ask everybody the same question. What would be your one tip for someone who's just starting their AI journey?
Download the Chat GPT app. And once you've downloaded it, press the button beside the text box. That used to be a voice button, but now it's some wiggly lines,
Yeah.
and just talk to it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Great advice. Look, Julian, thank you for being a part of AI in 5.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I've loved every moment.